Sports fans, sports bettors, and action junkies, what's happening? Mike here with Savvy Sports Picks coming at you on a Tuesday, November 12th, 2019. I've got a free play coming up for you in just a minute. Last video I put out was on Saturday. I gave you guys a play in the NHL, and I gave a play in NCAA football. Now, as you know, those were both losers. I did ask you in the video, as I usually do, to make sure you follow along on Twitter. I was going to put out some more plays throughout the day. If you follow at Savvy Sports Picks, then you know it was a profitable day in both sports. Unfortunately, starting out 0-2 for the day, but it did end up being a nice one. Pretty crazy weekend. Sunday in the NHL was, Sunday in the NFL. Pretty nuts. I think I drank the Kool-Aid along with most of the other people. Lost a nice amount of money on the Saints, but everything else was pretty decent. Just kind of a crazy game we had last night as well with the Niners and the Seahawks. Good stuff going on. I mean, this is football, right? So good stuff. All right, so let's get you a free play. Actually, I'm going to give you two. I've got two plays that I really like here in the NHL, and I'm going to give you both of them. The first one that I'm going to give you is the Coyotes are facing off against the St. Louis Blues tonight. This puck drops tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You've got the Coyotes are 10-6-2 on the season, while the Blues are 12-3-3 on the season. The current line sits at St. Louis Blues minus 160 favorites at home. Total sitting at 5.5 goals. Now, we're taking a look here. Arizona is on the second leg of a back-to-back. They did beat the Capitals last night 4-3, and St. Louis is playing at home for the first time in a little over a week. They're back after a 4-game road trip. Now, usually, this is a spot where I like to fade the home team in this situation. First game back after a long road trip. But they did have a day off yesterday while Arizona had to win in a shootout. Unfortunately, they gave up a 3-0 lead. That shouldn't have really been a big sweat, but they did give up 3 straight goals and had to win that game in OT, like I said. So the Blues are winners of 7 straight and 9 out of their last 10. So they're playing hot. They're playing good hockey right now as a team, and as well they should be. They are the defending champions, right? So Bennington is confirmed to be in the net tonight for St. Louis. He's got a 2.39 goals against average on the season so far, and Kemper is going to be in the net for Arizona, also with a pretty impressive 2.0 goals against average this year. But in his last 2 games, he's given up 3 goals and 4 goals respectively. So, he may be a little bit tired here. We're not really too sure, but he has given up a little bit more than what he normally does. Once you take a little bit of a deeper look here, I'm taking a look at the total here. The Blues and the Coyotes, they're both 11-7 to the over on the season. The Blues are 6-2 to the over at home, while the Coyotes are 5-5 on the road. With Kemper being in net tonight and allowing more goals over his last 2 outings, and Bennington has actually played 14 out of St. Louis's 18 games so far this season, so he might be getting a little bit tired too. They don't rest him all that much. So I'm liking the over in this game here. I like the over 5.5 goals. You can currently get that line at William Hill at plus 105. So official free play number 1 for you there. And the next free play also in the National Hockey League. We've got the Columbus Blue Jackets going up against the Montreal Canadiens. Columbus is 6-8-3 on the year, while the Canadiens are 9-5-3. The line currently sits at Montreal minus 185. The total is 6 in this game. This is a 4 p.m. Pacific start, so this one does go about an hour earlier than the last one. So Columbus here. They've lost 6 out of their last 7 games. They're basically just not playing very good hockey. You've got Elvis in the net tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's 0-1-2 on the season, so obviously the record doesn't say much. And to top it all off, he's allowing 3.9 goals average per game here. So take a look at the other side. Price is in goal for the Canadiens tonight. He's 8-4-2 on the year, allowing 2.71 goals against average. The bottom line here, Montreal is playing the best hockey that they've played all season. So again, we're looking at a total here. Montreal's been scoring 3.5 goals average per game, while the Blue Jackets are only scoring about 2.35. Once you take a little bit deeper look on the season as a whole, Montreal is tied for second best in the NHL, going 12-5 to the over, and they are a perfect 8-0 to the over at home this year. The Blue Jackets are also 11-6 to the over on the season, and they are 6-2 to the over on the road. Now we know that's because they are giving up a shit ton of goals. They don't play well on the road. They're 3-5 on their for the road record this year so far, and in the 8 games that they've played on the road, they've allowed 32 goals against per average. Now, I do like the Canadiens on the puck line here. You can get a nice little plus money on that play, but the official free play, like I said, we're looking at another total here. We are going over the 6 goals in this one at -120. So just a quick recap for you. St. Louis Blues, Arizona Coyotes over 5.5 at +105, and Columbus Blue Jackets, Montreal Canadiens over 6 goals at -120 for your free plays in the NHL today. Now don't forget, make sure you like and share the videos, and always follow on Twitter at Savvy Sports Picks. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a good day today, and good luck to all of us. Peace.